We're live. What's up, y'all? How are you guys doing? I hope you're having an absolutely amazing evening. If you're watching this on replay, I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day. My name is 𝙗𝙤𝙤 𝙤𝙤. This is 𝗕𝗂𝐶 𝗂𝗿. We're the co-founders of Pre-PT Grind, where we help you get into physical therapy school without wasting time or money. And ironically, tonight we're talking about money.
Yeah. It's one heart, one shot, now the future is yours. Go! I'm turning dreams into reality. In the night with the
Tonight, I don't think we're gonna be here too long, but last night, inside of our Accepted System family. So for those of y'all that don't know, we have a coaching program called the Accepted System. Season 8, we actually addressed money. Because finances are something that we always overlook in this profession for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why we overlook it as pre-PTs. I don't know why we overlook it in PT school. Y'all are not really going to talk about money the right way, to be honest. And that's honestly why a lot of physical therapists end up feeling stuck in their careers. Like for those of y'all that are live, and then we'll dive in. Have y'all, say yes in the comments if you've ever seen, maybe it's a physical therapist that you've shadowed. For those of you that are working as PT techs or PT aides, maybe you've actually worked with a physical therapist that has said something like this, something like, man, we don't get paid enough for this student loan debt, or man, I wish I would have picked a different career, or don't do physical therapy because it doesn't pay enough for the expense of schools. If you've ever heard anything like that, 𝗕𝗂𝐶, I don't know if there's other statements that you've heard that are along those lines as they're commenting, but let's see what else 𝗕𝗂𝐶 can come up with. But if y'all have heard any of those, comment yes below. 𝗕𝗂𝐶, do you have you heard other statements by physical therapists or professors to pre-PTs?
Yeah, it's just a continuation on what you were saying. That's basically it. But they just say, okay, here's the bullet point. Then they have a lot of bullet points under that, okay, this, okay, that, okay, this, okay, that. And they just have their point supporting it. But you hit it all. That's basically it. Hey, it's too much. It's not worth it. You should do something else. Hey, another career and do something else. But I mean, I try to understand everybody's points of view. But at the same time, I mean, no profession is perfect. So what are you going to just run to another profession and see their problems, then get hit with their problems and be like, oh, no problems. Let me run to another profession. They have problems too. Oh, no problems. So you hit it all. You hit it all.
You got it. So what we want to talk about tonight is something that I have heard a lot. And I think a lot of times we use it as a blanket to make ourselves feel good about the profession that we're in. But in reality, this is a statement that is almost trying, it's almost like we're trying to console ourselves for the fact that for some reason we're we're not going to make as much money as we should because of student loan debt. And this statement is the following: I didn't choose PT for the money. I did it because I wanted to help people. Have y'all heard that statement before? Maybe you said it to yourself. I didn't choose PT for the money. I did it because I want to help people. I heard this, 𝗕𝗂𝐶, in our program, I heard this statement a lot by our professors. And the problem with it is it almost assumes that it's almost like the reason why we don't even talk about money. We don't talk about all we're taught is, advocate, ask for higher pay in the profession and things like that, which is good, advocate all day. But the honest truth is it hasn't changed all that much. The PT school expenses are going up and pay ain't going up nearly as fast. That's just the reality. Can we have a real conversation tonight? Because I think sometimes we just aren't real. We're just kind of no, real conversation. That's the reality of the fact. So now the question is, well, we can do one of two things. We can, yes, just tell ourselves that we don't want to talk about money. We didn't do this for the money. Almost like we did this, almost like a service to the world, right? We didn't do this for the money. We did it because we want to help people. Well, I mean, there's a lot of ways to help people. Let me just kind of stop you there. But the root of it is because we're all frustrated. frustrated with the fact that like we are not getting paid what we feel physical therapists should be getting paid. That's why pre-PTs, now this is where it plays into you. This is where pre-PTs get scared. This is where pre-PTs are like, man, like I'm seeing this in the profession. Like I'm seeing this all over the place. And now my fear is, will I apply to school and not be able to pay off my debt? Like I love PT. I love PT. Maybe the only way I can convince myself that I'll love PT in 10 years is if I just persuade myself to think that this is just a service, or, you know, maybe I'll just figure it out, or maybe laws will be changed. But that's what people have been saying for 10, 20 years. So tonight, let's talk about it. We're going to talk about 3 key pieces that you guys need to understand to change how you see one of the biggest topics that our advisors and our professors don't want to address. And that's finances. Are y'all okay with that? If y'all are okay with that, can y'all say I'm okay with that in the comments? I'm okay with that. For some reason, people get uncomfortable. I love talking about money because it's a great thing, right? But people just get uncomfortable for some reason. So let's go through it. And then at the very end, we're actually going to invite you guys to a one-day event, like a one-day full event, where we're going to teach you guys how to, like, everything you need to know to essentially cut your debt from PT school in half, maybe even more. But we're doing a one-day event to do that. And it's the first time I've ever seen it done for pre-PTs and PT students. So listen to what we have to share. And then at the end, we'll tell you guys how to get a hold of that, how to lock yourself in. It's super inexpensive. So you'd be like, I don't know, you'd be a fool to not do it. But we're trying to make sure that you guys are in a position to make sure that by the time you guys are going through PT school and graduating, you can actually enjoy PT for what it is and not have to worry about the financial struggles and make choices out of the desperation for coin like a lot of other professionals have, and professionals that once loved it as much as you do. But over time, they fell out of love with it because they were so clouded by all the chaos that comes with debt and frustration and fear of never being able to get out of it. Is that cool? All right, so here's the first thing. I'm an ATC, and this is how I feel about our field. It's more of a motivation to pursue PT school. Yeah, like let's dive into it. So first point, y'all can write this in the comments, or you guys can actually no, put this in the comments. I want y'all to like active learning tonight. Active learning. The first point is money is attached to everything and is actually a great thing. Money is attached to everything, and it's actually a great thing. The fact that we always look at this topic and we're like, I'm just doing this because I want to help people, that like it begs the question, and this is kind of where 𝗱𝘁, I'm usually a little stumped. I'm like, wait, why do we tell ourselves that, you know, like we didn't come here for the money? Now, I know that y'all have amazing hearts and you guys want to serve people and help them and all that stuff. That's not what I'm disregarding. But for some reason, it just doesn't make sense, 𝗱𝘁, because then we end up complaining. We end up getting, you know, into PT school. Now we're complaining, PT school's too expensive. I'm not getting paid enough. Like, if it wasn't about the money, then why do most of our things that we do politically in the physical therapy profession, why is it around how much more we should be getting paid? Like, it's almost like it doesn't make sense. But we haven't been prepared to actually deal with it. We haven't been prepared to actually navigate through that. So the first thing I want y'all to understand tonight, and trust me, man, y'all want to be at this event because we're about to break it down and give y'all clear direction. But the first thing I want you to understand is that money is attached to everything. It is. It's not bad. Like, money is actually great. Money moves things. When the economy shuts down, a whole bunch of things go wrong. Things go wrong. So money is actually a great thing, right? So the biggest thing we have to understand is that like it's a part of everything. So we can't like put our head in the sand and assume that, yes, I'm doing this because I want to help people, so I should ignore the money. No, that's actually irresponsible. It's very irresponsible. And if that's the case, if you really did do this because the money, please don't complain about how much you're not getting paid or all that other stuff. But we have a way to get you out of it and help you navigate through it. But 𝗱𝘁, that first point, what are your thoughts before we go to point number 2 and point number 3?
Yeah, basically what you were saying is that you did choose it for the money. You're saying you're not, but you did. Like when you were looking on Forbes magazine online, or you were Googling physical therapy, You probably looked at what the salary was. Like, let's just be 100%, right? Then you probably looked at how much physicians make versus PTs. How much do pharmacists make versus PTs? How much do, like, hello, let's not be fake.
Mercy.
Like, that's what you did. And you were like, oh, okay, I can do this. I can play around with some Swiss balls and teach people how to do exercises and stop ankle sprains for 85 grand a year, for 72 grand a year, for 120 a year. Oh, bet. Let me start doing this. Like, really, that's probably what happened for a lot of people.
You got it.
For some, it might have been the other way around. Hey, you got in an injury, you had a car accident, you went through PT yourself, then you fell in love with it. Great. Then you probably went to salary.com or whatever, or you asked somebody, hey, what is this career all about? How much do you make? How much do you like it? So you got into physical therapy some part because of the money. If physical therapy paid $7 an hour, I mean, some people would do it, obviously. But really, would you be that excited about it? Would you be going through all this hell and, during pre-PT stuff and PT school to get out of school and get paid $7 an hour or 15 or 20? Like, I don't think so. Yeah, of course some, but a vast majority wouldn't. Or you would see that and be like, yeah, physical therapy is cool, but I ain't doing all that. A doctorate degree for that? I don't know. So it is about the money. You did choose it for the money / job stability / healthcare is supposed to be always safe, right? So, I mean, I don't know where I was going with that, but that just came to mind when you were talking. Like, that's basically what you were saying. And that's why they're clashing, because you're like you said, you're telling yourself that I'm not doing it for the money, but a huge factor was because of the money. So let's not shy away from it. Let's not be scared of it. Let's make sure that we have a plan to know what to do around it so that you can do what you want in physical therapy to have a good career. And I mean, not necessarily not worry about money, but to make sure that you feel secure about it, to make sure you feel safe about it, so that you can give your patients the best care and not be like, dang, I'm doing this ankle mob and shoot, I'm only making this much. Oh, dang, this ankle mob should cost that much. Man, I'm working these many hours, and your patients don't even get the best of you. They don't even get the help, quote unquote, you say you're going to give them because you're so worried about what you said you're not worried about. So that's it. I forgot what the next point was, but
point number two. Yo, point number two, y'all. For those of you guys that are just joining in right now, we're talking about this concept that we're always telling ourselves, or we're being told by professors or physical therapists that they did not choose. Or maybe you say to yourself, I didn't choose physical therapy for the money. I chose it because I want to help people. And really we do that to just make ourselves feel good. When in reality, everything is like, we did make that choice a big chunk because of money, right? Some of y'all that are switching from being PTAs to being PTs, it's the autonomy, but also the money, right? For those of y'all that are switching from being athletic trainers to being physical therapists, it's not because you're trying to help people. You helped people before. You're helping people as a PT tech. Something is there, and finances are a big part of it. So why don't we talk about it? So here's point number two. Point number two, and then once we finish point number three, we'll talk about the event that's coming up that y'all need to be at. Point number two is that money is synonymous with serving people more. Whoa. So Joseph Casey, y'all are telling me that this whole thing about me wanting to serve people more actually is like attached to money? What? So here's the thing. What happens? Tell me real quick. Like, what happens when people come to the clinic to be served by you? Do they come for free? Like, let me know. Say yes or no in the comments. Say yes or no in the comments. When people come to the clinic, if everyone that came to your clinic or to the hospital paid $0 how long do you think you would keep your job? Let me know in the comments. If the patients that came in had paid nothing, zilch, how long do you think you would keep your job? A day? A year? Get fired on the spot? Like, I don't know, right? Like you wouldn't. You wouldn't. Like you can't. So money, here's the thing. I think, and we said this last night to our students, and this is a little teaser of what we're going to be teaching you guys for the one-day event. But money is a tool that we exchange for value. The value you're giving people is their health back. The value you're giving people is their ability to walk for their graduation, virtual now because of COVID, right? But for their graduation, the value you're giving people is the ability to get back to running without pain in their knee, get back to lifting stuff without pain in their back, be able to throw things without their arm tingling, right? That's the value. What they're giving you in return is money. It's just a tool, but it's an exchange for value. So if we want to help more people, then more money just means we had more of that transaction with people. That's all it is. So if I can figure out ways to help more people and help them, now I'm not saying everyone's ever going to pay you. Y'all are going to do things for service or whatever, but from like a job standpoint, like you actually want to take care of people, the more people you help, by default, you will make more money. Sometimes that's not just in person. Sometimes that's virtual. Like with Pre-PT Grind. So let's take away everything. Pre-PT Grind is an online platform. It's also an online business. And what we're able to do with Pre-PT Grind is in correlation with the amount of people that we're able to help. We're just able to help a lot more people because we have systems for it. So you just have to start thinking very differently. It's synonymous with serving more people. Like it's not independent of it. But the problem is in school, maybe other PTs or whatever, a lot of people in the profession think it's separate. And I'm like, that's why y'all are struggling. That's why you're so stuck, because you've convinced yourself, well, I'm not here for the money. Then in these situations, when you're actually trying to help people, you actually separate it. So what ends up happening is a lot of people start looking for jobs that will pay them more to help less people. Now I'm like a year out of school and I'm scrolling and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, shoot, like I want to work with the place that pays me a whole lot of money to only see 5 people a day. Great. So it's fine. But it's because we've twisted it. So just understand you're actually there for money more than actually, like helping people and money are synonymous with each other and they actually coincide well with each other. So just understand what it is. 𝗕'Cie, what are your thoughts on that before we go to point number 3?
Just to add to that point you were talking about, I think after you understand that concept that Joseph was talking about, now we need to start talking to the patients or your clients once you get them and once you're helping as many people as possible. Once you're helping as many people as possible to get them over the line to help you get paid and run your business and to keep your job and all that, to make that transition, to make you making the kind of money you want, I think we need to start viewing the patient's problems like we view our own problems. Meaning this, when we have a problem, let's just say it's getting into PT school. Other people on the outside, whether it's our families, people online, our friends, they're saying, oh, it's just PT school. Just get in, just retry again, just try something else, right? How does that feel? It sucks. But to you, it's not just getting into PT school. It's getting into PT school so that you can have a job that we're talking about, so you're not homeless, so you can pay your rent, so you can get food, so you can get married, so you can start building wealth or growing your bank account and providing for your kids more than they are now, or taking your wife or husband out of their job that they're miserable at. That's what PT school solves the problem for you.
Yep.
That's the problem PT school solves for you. So if you start viewing other people's problems like you view your own, then you can start making some of the money you want to make, whether it's working with 15 people a day or 2 people a day. Once you start saying, man, this isn't just a knee sprain for them. This isn't just an ankle sprain. This isn't just post-op rotator cuff surgery for them. It's not. That's what I see, because that's not what I'm going through. But for them, this means they can't work their construction job anymore, meaning they're not going to get benefits anymore. This is not a work comp injury, so they're not even getting 66% or whatever it is. They have 3 kids and their wife just lost their job to coronavirus. I'm not solving a problem of fixing their rotator cuff. What problem do they really have? Under all of that is that real problem. So if you can talk to them like that and make sure that they understand that you understand that you're solving that problem, not the rotator cuff, then you can start being like, well, this is the problem I'm solving. I'm really helping you save $3,000.
Yep.
So my $200, my $250, my $150, my $97 that I'm charging you is to fix that $5,000 problem.
You got it.
So now you can start getting out of that mindset of, man, shoot, they're not paying me enough. Why don't they come back to physical therapy? Why don't they want to pay the $35 copay? Why don't they want to pay the 20% co-insurance? And if they don't pay it, man, I'm going to lose my job, or I can't pay my rent for my stuff. That's where it comes into play. So once you know that, okay, Joseph said, I need to help as many people as possible, and because money and helping people are synonymous. Now, okay, I'm trying to help more people, but now where do I go from there? How do I start talking to people so that they know that I know that I'm trying to help them solve their real problem? Then that's where the whole game changes. Because I mean, we've seen it all the time before we even graduated in clinicals, and we probably even see it now, that, man, I don't, and people, even the techs, the ATCs, the assistants watching this, or the physical therapists watching this, or whatever healthcare provider you are, you see it, man, $40 copay. Do we have to do 3 times a week? Wow. I don't know. That's where it comes into play. But if you talk to them at their level, oh, shoot, yeah, I'm saving $5,000 by coming to you, $40 3 times a week, $20 3 times a week, easy. Let's get this done. I trust you, doctor, because that's how doctors talk. So that's my other point, just to add on to what you were saying.
Boom, boom, 100%. All right, y'all, point number 3, and then we'll talk about the event. So point number 3 is you have to be willing to learn about it, learn about like finances, money, like doing it the right way. Like, what are the successful the successful physical therapists in our profession that are doing this right? What are they doing differently from everybody else? What are they doing differently? Because I'm telling you right now, you can absolutely crush it with physical therapy. You can live the career that you want in terms of how you want to serve people, how you want to help people, but most people never can or never will because they've been so trapped by it. So the difference is, well, if I'm not going to learn it in school, because clearly most PTs don't know this because they haven't learned it, right? If I'm not going to learn it in school, then I have to be willing to learn about it and start executing as soon as possible. If I want a career that is different from other PTs, other PT students, and other individuals that are trying to get into this game like me. And as a pre-PT, there is no better time to start that than right now. So Casey, what are your thoughts on that point? And then we'll talk about the event, and then we'll be done with this live stream.
Yeah, I think it's just learning from other people. Like, if there's a model that's already working, take that and try to apply the things that work in that model to yourself. That's really it. Like, I think you said this plenty of times before. We've heard it other places, but it really comes down to, okay, who do you want to be like when you're in that place in your profession? Like, let's just say 10 years down the line, you want to be in this spot. Are you listening and paying attention to the people who are there? Or are you listening to the people who are not there? Ooh. Because if you're listening to the people who are not there and you're trying to get over here, I mean, they're either gonna not even help you, make you feel discouraged, or make you feel stupid for even trying to do it. Like, you guys tell us all the time, man, I had a low GPA and I told this PT I'm observing about it, or I told the clinic director, and they were like, oh, don't do it. Oh, you can't do it. Oh, the PT is not a good profession. Well, I mean, what is that PRN PT doing? What is that clinic director doing? Have they been in their position for 27 years and not had a pay raise, or had only one pay? What is it? What are you listening? Why are you listening to them? And what have they done for you to listen to them? Wow. Versus somebody else who's where you want to be, or even beyond where you even thought can be. Yeah. How are they thinking different? Go and listen to somebody, whether it's us, whether it's Greg, whether it's, there's plenty of people out there. Y'all know how to work Instagram. You can find plenty of people. Okay, the people who are successful on Instagram, let's just take Instagram. Your favorite Instagram physio. How do they talk about their business, their career, their finances, whatever, how much they love the profession? And the person who just said, don't do physical therapy, how do they talk about it? Then look, where are they at? Then from there, you might know who to follow and listen to. Yeah. So that's really it. There's models for success out there. We know millionaire PTs, we know struggling PTs. There are millionaire dentists, there are struggling dentists. There's millionaire contractors and construction workers, they're struggling. Come on. let's not make this only about physical therapy, because it's not. It's a bigger thing, and it can apply to any situation. So there's models out there. Listen to the one who you want to be like.
Perfect. That's it, y'all. So if this was helpful, let us know in the comments. Say helpful if this was helpful. But